And this one is a cooperative campaign game where players are going to be traveling the galaxy to try and take out an existential threat. Each game, players are going to be choosing a scenario from the book, which is going to dictate how the map's set up, as well as the various enemies that you're going to be encountering. And then the game plays over a series of rounds where at the start of each round, you're going to be rolling a decision die, and that's going to come into play in a bunch of different aspects in the game because there's different cards and events that can happen. And depending on the outcome of that decision die, it's going to change the direction that those go. But each player is going to have their own set of action cards specific to their character, and every round you can play as many action cards as you want, as long as the total AP required for those action cards does not exceed the amount of AP available to your character. And although this is a cooperative game, players will be choosing their actions in secret and then revealing them simultaneously and resolving them the best that they can with the actions that everyone ended up choosing. And of course, the actions will allow you to do different things like move around on the map, attack enemies, and interact with different points of interest out on the main board. One thing to note is that your action cards are discarded anytime that you use them, and in order to get those action cards back, you need to spend one of your turns performing a rest action. Whenever you do that, you'll get all those cards returned to you, but you'll also recharge any of your used items, and you'll also be able to take that as an opportunity to equip or shuffle around any gear that you might have, and it'll also allow you to heal any negative effects that have accumulated on your character. But before the players can perform their actions, you're going to be drawing 2 cards for each enemy that is currently out on the board. You're going to be drawing a card for their specific enemy species, as well as the enemy's class. And those are going to combine together in order to determine the initiative of that enemy, as well as the actions that they're going to try and perform. All the characters are then going to be able to perform their actions in their initiative order that's determined by the cards that the players picked, as well as the cards that were assigned to the enemies. And of course, the characters are going to be trying to perform actions that help them reach their goals, while the enemies are going to be performing different actions that get in their way. As players play throughout the campaign, they're going to be unlocking new items and skills that they'll be able to persist into future scenarios. And if this one sounds interesting to you, you can check it out, and I have links in the description below.